Why do Met fans hate Yankee fans? Now, the first thing you should probably know before I get into this is that the word hate in New York City, that's usually how it goes down. There's no like dislike or maybe we don't see eye to eye. It's like love or hate. I mean, it's like black or white. I mean, New Yorkers are extremely passionate and are extremely competitive. So when you hear hate, that doesn't mean we wish death on them, but it's definitely hate. It's nothing more than that. If there are Yankee fans in a bar where Met fans are partying, there's probably going to be a fight. I've been in those situations where there was fights between Met fans and Yankee fans. Why does this happen? There's a number of different reasons. I mean, but the distinct ones are, the working class and the elitists. So you look at the Yankees up until this year. I mean, now the Mets are under new ownership and now they're spending money. So who knows, 5-10 years down the road, that could probably change. But up until that happened, the working class team of regular people, the underdog, that was the Mets in Queens. They were in Queens, a lot of working class people in Queens. The Brooklyn Dodgers, they used to be in Brooklyn. They were like a local neighborhood team. That a lot of those aspects of the Brooklyn Dodgers came to the New York Mets, whereas the Yankees were all about, in the very beginning, about stars. That's it. They pay big money to get the best players. They make all the money to get the best players over history. Outside of maybe the small, 3-4 year period that CBS owned them in the 60s. Over the course of history, I mean, you're talking about 27 world championships. And in baseball, where it's kind of uneven the way money and the salary cap and players are distributed as opposed to other leagues, Yankees always been able to make their big-time payroll work and translate that into winning championships. So there's always a hatred because you feel like working class hates the elitists, the people on Wall Street that have trillions of dollars that kind of look down on them. So that's kind of where that hatred comes from. There's also Queens against the Bronx. The Bronx, that's where the Yankees play. It's kind of funny and ironic in New York that the New York Yankees, which are probably one of maybe the top 3 most valuable sports teams in the world, are based in a brand new stadium right in the middle of the street ghetto of the South Bronx. And they have nothing to do with bringing that area back. That's kind of what New York is. As far as, class competition, underdog versus the favorite, yeah, I mean, that all comes into play. The fact that New Yorkers are all about winning, and if you have 2 New York teams going up against each other, it's just a competitive thing. But I can never see myself, and I've probably been to more Yankee games, being from the Bronx, growing up in the Bronx. I'm originally from Queens. I've been to more Yankee games than Met games, but there is no way I could have ever seen myself rooting for a team like the New York Yankees.